ready for this much swag. I have an icebreaker in my mouth. That's how I know I'm cool. What's up, Jax? Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? How is it rocking? Can you believe it? Can you believe that I am in fact back from England? I sure can. It felt like I was there forever. It felt like I was there for a million years. As time passed substantially. Daylight saving time happened in England, or it stopped happening in England, and then I got back to America and it stopped happening here. By the way, awful. I love daylight savings time so fucking much. This shit blows. It gets dark at like 6 p.m. Did you get stabbed? What's up, Mr. Sketchy? Welcome back to the stream. No, I did not get stabbed or robbed. Luckily enough, I guess I'm too cool and intimidating. They saw the American guy and went, we can't mess with him, and they let me be. You know, they knew what was good for him, is what I would say to that. Alright, they knew what was coming. Why the fuck is Dead by Daylight loading on this? Alright, whatever. How do I have 72,000 points? Jesus. I'm glad you do. And it shows commitment. Anyways, for today, I don't really have any big plans. I want to ease back into streaming. I'm not going to go super ham. I'm kind of super busy for this month. Not that busy though, so I'm going to be able to do an event. What event? I don't know. I have a list. I have a list of events. I'll crack it open. But today it's just going to be pretty chill. I took a couple pictures. I have 77 that I'm going to show everyone. So you'll forgive me for not putting them all in a PowerPoint. I just put them all in a folder and we'll scroll through them. And I'll tell a couple anecdotes and then maybe we'll play a little bit of mini motorways, huh? Alright, let me dissolve this fucking icebreaker. Another annual day. I don't have anything like that planned, but if I find something, then yeah. Let me look. I have another Lego day. There's anger management Monday. There's a tier list. There's movie night. Horse Hooves Day actually is planned. Never mind. We might do Horse Hooves Day. What day of the week that would be, I don't know. But anyways, then this is it. Yeah, this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm sorry. I'd love to. What? It's not. Oh, I have to go press left. I don't want to press left. I'm gonna forget about that. Hold on. But no, we're just gonna be clicking through my dear old pictures. Okay, that's what we're doing. So it shouldn't be too bad, it shouldn't be too hard. Empty the compartment of your... I'm not reading that out. That's weird. That's odd. I don't think you should be saying that to people. That feels like sexual harassment, to be honest. Don't tell anyone to empty their underwear. Okay. Oh, empty your pockets, or else I'll stab you. Oh, I get it. I'll stab you in the throat. I got you. I figured it out. Still weird. Still felt weird. All right. So I guess I don't want it to be this song. Can I get a different song, please? I don't want to do Welcome to the Green Room. There we go. That's different. That's better. Can I get... There we go. Alright, so here's the thing. I left on Saturday. I left Saturday evening. For what purpose? Why? Alright, so I left Saturday. The entirety of my trip spanned from Saturday of a long time ago to Sunday of not a long time ago. So I left in the middle of the... I didn't leave in the middle of the night. I left in the afternoon, which kind of sucks. This is the plane. This is it. These are all the pictures you get. This is it when it was early, and this is it when it was late. I was pretty insistent on going to sleep. For those of you who don't know, the time difference, we left about 8:30, and we were gonna get there around like 8:30, like their time. Guy in Twitch shit gets it. I'm sorry. I wish I was cool. I'm out of it. I haven't been on the internet. I've been too busy experiencing the world. So anyways, I slept for most of the flight. I don't have anything funny to say here. Although, you know what? I was there. You know, I was there for that amount of time. That's neat. That's the bathroom, by the way. A little small. I was thirsty. Alright, so it's not a big thing about me, but a thing about me. is that I get really hard like pressure headaches when a plane depressurizes as it goes down. I don't know what the fuck the deal with that is. I just have a really hard time with it. So usually I take ibuprofen, Advil, whatever I can get my hands on, really. Whatever pain medication a brother can get on a plane, you know, which usually is reserved for Advil or ibuprofen. Didn't have any water, so I took my water bottle into the bathroom. This shit comes out murky. I did not drink it. Okay? Maybe they use the pee in here and they put it in this, they filter it, but this comes out like murky. Like if you pour it into a bottle, it gets cloudy. Alright, you don't want that. So I didn't drink the fucking the airplane sink water. And I wouldn't recommend anyone else even begin to try it. Just bring a bigger water bottle. You empty it as you go through TSA, and then you fill it back up. Alright, that's the move. That's the gift. Why did the guy say I was watching when I got an ad? I don't know. I don't know what guy. But it's a pleasure to have you back, County D. What's up? Alright, so my first grievance with the nation of England, happy Sunday, is that this is Heathrow Airport. This is right before customs. I didn't want to take any pictures from customs because I was a little worried of, how would I say it? Being kept out of the country. So I didn't want to do anything to piss the British people off. But if you're looking here, you might notice something. A lack of something. Call it out if you see it. Or I guess if you don't see it. There is this beautiful invention. I guess only invented by Americans that hasn't made the jump to the rest of the world yet. And that, of course, is the water bottle refiller. Water fountains. They don't fucking have those here. So I was in England, and the entire week I just had to buy another water bottle when I ran out. Alright, what kind of fucking barbarity is this? I should be able to go to a water fountain and then fill up the water bottle and then we're good. I had to buy water. This fucking sucks. The amount of times I've bought water in the past like couple months, excluding this trip, zero, zilch, never. Okay, it's covered in my goddamn rent. Okay, I don't even pay rent. They do it for me. All right, I don't need to pay an extra water fee. So I paid for zero water, except for this. I paid like fucking 20 bucks total, not individually. They're like £3 each. I'm a thirsty guy. Ground escalators. Oh, the walking escalators. I think they do have those. They do have those in England. This was just the general area. Arrivals, badge to claim, flight connections. This is just the first bathroom. That doesn't say. Oh. That doesn't say bathroom, but this is just the area with the first bathroom. Thailand is so humid you can smell the water. Weirdly enough, and I was gonna get to this later. Weather in England, beautiful this time of year. It barely rained, and that was so nice, but I'll get to that. Alright, so this is us going to the car rental place. Alright, so we went to Wiltshire. Now, if you don't know where Wiltshire is, it's okay. I'm going to tell you where it is in a moment. But this was the temp, okay? 49 degrees Fahrenheit feels like 37. For those of us, our beautiful friends that use Celsius, this is like a little over freezing. Okay, freezing is 32. This feels like 37. You might be thinking, Moo, who gives a shit? I give a shit. This is it's so cold. It's so cold to be in fucking... These aren't real shorts, by the way. This is my real leg. That's my real knee. That's my shoe. That's gravel. And these are fucking like, these are workout shorts. I dressed for comfort. Uh-oh. Because I was on a plane. I'm so cold. I don't like knowing that you have legs. It's okay. I only have one. This one's fake. I only have one leg, if that makes you feel any better. What's up, Cold Kitcher? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you had a good time while I was gone. Alright, out of the country, out of the nation. Fucked up my sleep schedule, by the way. In like a good way, like I'm sleeping at better times, but I don't want to. Right? So you might be wondering, Moo, why the fuck are you in Wiltshire? Alright, is this where your family lives? No. That's where Stonehenge is. I went to the Stonehenge. I called my friends and nobody picked up. So let me scroll through the Stonehenge pictures real quick. Very small, very tiny, very cold. You can tell by the tips of my fingers. Tells by the tips of my fingers. You picked up for later. You didn't pick up here. I didn't call you. I called 2 people and nobody picked up, and I thought I was gonna cry. Very small, very small stones. Very small stones. They don't tell you how small the stones are. That's not true. They're all right. They're like in the middle of this. You have to stay pretty far away. All right. They don't let you get that close to them, which is insane, right? I paid 30. That's not true. My parents paid 30 pounds for me. All right, which is a lot of money in English bills. Actually, let's get this out of the way. I thought Stonehenge was in America. I wish, pal. All right. Pounds, $2. Do they let you touch the stones? No. No. This is the distance you need to keep from the stones. This is funny because these are my fingers and it's like it's all small, but you need to be very far away. All right, so here's the thing. 1 pound equals 131 to US dollar. Okay, this is fucking insane. Thank you very much, Maria, for dilly-dallying with a common Pikmin. So we had to pay 30 pounds. We had to pay $40 to see some stones. $40. So let's just keep that in our back pocket, actually. That's what we'll be doing. I'll just have this in the back to do some quick currency conversion for the rest of the trip. All right, anyways, that's a cool bird. They're cool stones. What are they worth? 30 pounds? No, they're worth maybe like 5. I'd maybe pay $10 to see the stones. I did get a discount though because I'm a student. They have a lot of student discounts in England, which is very nice of them. All right, so this is kind of, listen, all right, I don't want to complain about my family. I do so all the time, so there's no reason for me to make a big deal of it here. But this is the start of a chafing between me and my parents. My dad has this thing where he likes to act like he's right all the time. And if you tell him that's not true, he'll get super angry. It's pretty cold for shorts. And he was like, I told you shouldn't have worn shorts. Notably, did not tell me to not wear shorts. He saw me in shorts and I was like, I'm dressing for the plane. And he was like, okay. I didn't know I was going to Stonehenge. Had I known, maybe I would have worn something a little bit more warm, but whatever. All right, you might be wondering, why are you bringing this up about your dad? It will come back later at the end of the presentation, okay? So keep that story in the back of your mind. It will come back because there is an arc of greed and ego that will arrive later. Wearing shorts during the fall season is nuts. It's fucking hot in Georgia. It's hot here. It's hot here. I was on a plane for like, say, 7-8 hours, all right? I didn't need to be outside. I was trapped in the fucking cocoon of this guy who watched Breaking Bad the whole time. Oh, by the way, the lights on the plane went out and I thought I was gonna die. Yeah, 6 to 7 hours. It was a lot. It was a long time. They don't want people pushing the stones over. They don't want people pushing the stones over because that has already happened. But also, it's like underneath. If too many people stand on it, it can hurt the ground or something. No, not 6, 7. But anyways, we drove all the way to Wiltshire, and then we drove all the way to where we stayed in Essex. We stayed in Southend, which for those of you who don't know where Southend is, I forgive you. Okay? I expect you to be better next time. That's not true. All right, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Do I have my hotel on here? I do have my hotel on here. Do I want my hotel on here? No, so I'll take it off. Hold up. I'll show you guys on Google Maps. Let me just get rid of travel plans. There we go. All right, so around here, these are graves, by the way. These are graves. I stayed in the airport down here. Did you fly first class? No. Premium economy. So this is the places I ended up going and not going. This is actually the airport I stayed at last. That doesn't matter. I went all the red places I went, all the blue places I wanted to go and couldn't make it. So for instance, I don't know what the fuck this is. Yeah, this is a cable car. I did not get to do the cable car, but we'll get to this. We'll get to this. We'll get to this. Stonehenge is past Basingstoke. You take the M3, split down the A303. I remember it because my dad asked me for directions because he's stupid. I don't know where Wiltshire is. Okay, it's somewhere over here. So we came in, drove all the way over here, and then had to drive all the way back. A little insane, but I wasn't driving, so not my problem. Alright, and that was Sunday. These are all now Moo official pilgrimage destinations. I have a couple of destinations I'd recommend anyone go. Okay, I'm gonna say if you're ever in the London area, because Maria, you said you were going to England at some point. I have a couple recs, but I'll get to them. I have a couple recommendations. So now it's Monday. Okay, time to sparkle and shine, everybody. Remember, I was there. I went on the plane on Saturday, and I got back on Sunday. You're going to London in January. It's gonna be cold, but you're gonna look like such a Londoner because they all wear jackets. Okay, this is my food. This is the hotel breakfast. I had this every single night that I stayed there, other than the night that I left because we left at 8:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be honest with you, this wasn't very good. If any of you have ever seen like the plastic toys that they give to children and be like, oh, you can cook this. It kind of looks like that. The egg was fine. The sausage was bad. This was, I think, a raisin croissant. It was fine. The hash brown wasn't that good. This is bacon. It looks raw, but I promise you it's bacon. And then this is a muffin. It was okay. You're gonna see a theme here, and this is the start of an overarching theme: Moo versus the island of England. The food is just not good. The food is just not good. Okay, you go to eat the food and they give you this. What is this, bro? It's a perfect circle. Fried egg isn't meant to look like that. Fried egg is meant to go like everywhere. You're meant to be like, I have a fried egg. Okay, this isn't, what is this, man? That's a live cow. They killed a cow and they gave me its flesh. What is this? And that looks like a turd. This doesn't look that good. No blood sausage, no crumpets, no beans, no nothing. Are you even in England, dog? Ugh, I would never. What the fuck? The bacon looks fine. The bacon doesn't look like bacon. Alright, that's not good American bacon. Alright, hold on, let me pull up the bacon. This is what bacon looks like. That's bacon right there. Alright, that's God's gift of, that's not true, I don't eat bacon that much, I don't enjoy it too much. But that's bacon. That's red. That's red, it needs to be brown. What's up, Roni and the Jester? Greetings, good sir. I have come bearing riddles. Fuck it, hell yeah, man. Alright, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm currently back from England. And I'm complaining about it right now because I don't enjoy the food, but I swear it is a positive experience. I'm just saying, you're not gonna hear anything good from me about the food for the most part. There's one place, but I'll get to that. Alright, so Monday we went into London. We went into London every day except Wednesday because for those of you who might not remember, I went to England not for fun, but because my grandma is dead. So funeral was on Wednesday. Did not do anything too crazy on that day, if you can believe it. Didn't swing by the funeral and then go and hang out. That didn't happen, I'm afraid. All right. So let's see. I went with my family. I went on the big top bus. They have these buses that you can hop on and oh Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna continue the picture and then I'll read that. Big picture, there are these buses. Very cold, very cold. You can go on and off, it's the whole shebang. Guess what? Boom! That's the Tower Bridge, I think. I'm not sure. It looked cool. It was cool to be on it. Look at that. England. That's the English flag and that's the British flag. I think. Yeah, this is the Thames, by the way. This is where this is the English River. This is what it looks like. It's a little gross. It's called the Union Jack Mooster. It's the England flag and the UK flag. I know they have a name for it. That's not my concern. Alright, let's crack open this riddle. I'll be able to solve it in no time. I'm a genius. I'm sought where vows are sworn, forged where fire and hatred burn. I echo songs no bard can sing, but silence binds me tighter than string. I mark the victor's crowded cheer and rest in boxes velvet near, round but not in bread, weighted by what is said. What am I, ring? Like a wedding ring? Like an engagement ring? Like a ring of some kind? I'm in on ring. I'm all in on, I only saw where vows are sworn and I went marriage, it has to be a ring. Go catch a fish in the Thames. Yeah, I don't. It's brown on the Google Maps as well. Congrats. Fuck yes. I'm goated. Yeah, it's brown on the maps. And trust me, it is this color. It is this color in real life. That's it right there. Thank you. I'm glad I'm smart. Pick that up. Yeah, it is just this brown the whole way down. I don't know how this is blue because trust me, it's brown. It is. It's pretty brown. Now I shall never be seen again. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a good time. I guess maybe I was too good at the riddle. I chased away the jester. I suppose the jester only gets the jest if the people don't know the riddle, huh? That's maybe conditional. Alright, anyways, I went to the Crown Jewels. I can't show you pictures because they wouldn't allow me to. That's my hand, by the way. But I went there. I went to the Crown Jewels. It wasn't that bad of a time. What is it? It's the Tower of London. Now, if you're looking at this and you're going, that doesn't look like a tower, Moo, I don't know what to tell you because that's what it's called. Crooked finger? No. Nope. So I went in here. This is where the Crown Jewels are. This is me. This is me. I funneled in here. And I saw them, and I'm gonna be honest, they're kind of cool. The DDS song. What's the DDS? Living in the city. Alright, I went here. That was pretty cool. That's all I have to say about it, for the most part. So here's the thing. Monday was with my family. And the thing about Monday being with your family is that you don't really get a lot of autonomy. Death's Dynamic Shroud? I'm sorry, I don't know ball. I have no idea what that is. And so for the most part, on, because South and Victoria, you need to show up at Liverpool. So every time I had to come into England, I came in through Liverpool Street. Yeah, I don't know ball, I don't know that one. And the thing is with my family, I used to think I didn't like going on vacations. I used to think that I didn't like going places because let me tell you something, these people are boring as fuck. If we can level with each other, these people are boring as fuck. My sister didn't wear a coat. She didn't bring one. So we had to go buy a coat, fuck it, I guess. And then it was like, oh, what are we gonna do? Let's ride the bus. And so we went to St. Paul's Cathedral, rode the bus, fuck, I don't even know. I guess we crossed the London Bridge. We went around, crossed back, and we're like, okay, let's hop off. It was like 30 pounds for a ticket. It was kind of expensive. And then we did the Tower of London, and by that point it was nighttime, right? The reason why I'm telling you this is because this is kind of where the pictures end. That's not true. I did see Trajan. Yeah. So this is a Roman Emperor Trajan, I think. Yeah, that's Trajan. And then we went to Trafalgar Square, and then I saw the Eye of London, and I got a book. All right, so we're gonna do the maths now. So we did the Tower of London, and by Tower of London, we're hungry because we haven't eaten all day. All right, you just saw the food that we ate. It was, you know, it was a little plasticky, frankly. So we're hungry. We leave. We walk over here. What is the vicinity? Modern European restaurant. Let's look at the menu. Wow. They have burger. They have squid. They have classic nachos. Look at this. Look at this tomahawk steak. That looks perfectly fine. We go. And let me tell you something. It's not very good. It's not very good. Okay, it's bad. It's bad. It's English. It's bad. I'm sorry. And at this point, I was already unenthused by the lack of quality of the food in England. All right, I was already pissed because I showed you breakfast. I didn't show you dinner of the night before. Also bad. Same hotel. So we went here and it was bad. I had the barbecue bacon burger because I picked the most American fucking thing I could think of. It's on the other side of this menu. Fuck it. I guess you'll just never be able to see it. Are we serious right now? Nope. I picked the barbecue bacon burger. This is the most American fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It's such a slam dunk. Are you serious? Steak burger, melted cheese, crispy streaky bacon, barbecue sauce, beef tomato. I don't know what that is. Red onion, lettuce, pickles, mayo, whatever, man. Barbecue bacon burger. Must try. Must try. They tell you, do not try the barbecue bacon burger. Do not try it. It does not taste very good. Shout out Kira B for this picture. Bad. Bad. Okay. And then what we do? And then my mom asked my dad what to do. And here's the thing: when you have a group of people, the barbecue bacon burger killed my grandma. Okay, it's just bad. It's just not very good. Also, this restaurant sucks. The service is really bad. This is a problem a lot in England. I don't know if this is just a European thing. Tips in America suck because it means that the workers don't get paid an applicable wage, and that means that the extra costs come out of your pocket as a consumer. That said, holy fucking shit, these people suck at their goddamn jobs. They're not working for tips, and you can tell. You can tell they're paid hourly. These motherfuckers have I can't even tell. Like, the commitment to their tables as a snail would have a commitment to like a lawnmower. Actively avoiding. Okay? These people are awful, and this is a common theme. They do not know what service is over here. Alright, and I get it. They're not, I guess they just don't work hard because they don't have to. Alright, every time anyone says end tipping culture in the United States, a politician in Washington, D.C. flies all the way over here, gets a nice meal in London, and there's no fucking, one, the food's ass, and two, the service is worse. Alright, horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Alright? Anyways, now that I'm done being a Karen, because holy shit, it was that bad. It really was that bad. I finished my drink, and they wouldn't come back for like another 20 minutes. Alright, Waterloo spotted. Oh, I don't know where Waterloo is. Nixon smiles. I don't know. Why do you know more about Richard Nixon than I do? We ended up going to Trafalgar Square, which I'm pretty sure is over here somewhere. Right. This is just a statue. This is Nelson's column. I don't know who Nelson's column is. We ended up going to Waterstones, the bookstore. For those of us Americans maybe in the audience, this is their equivalent to Barnes & Noble or Books A Million. And then I picked up this book. It's by a couple of YouTubers, and I think it's cool. Alright, I can't remember if I said hello to Tony Dude being in the YouTube chat, but it's been like 7 minutes now, and I don't want to like not acknowledge it. Anyways, hello. If I said it before, then just forget. And then we went home. And then we went back. Alright, we went all the way back to, we walked. That's not true. That's not true. Okay? They're like, let's just go back the way we came, which is Charing Cross Station. Right here. We were here. We needed to be here. And they're like, okay, let's go back the way we came. And so we walk over here, and they're like, oh, we need to take a right. This is not true. I tell them this is not true. I tell them. I plead with them. No, it's over here. They're like, no. Now, I remember we went this way. So we walk down the street, and they're like, I don't think Charing Cross is this way. No shit, Sherlock, but whatever. But, oh, don't worry. We can just go down here. And then this is where we saw the London Eye. This is where we saw the London Eye. Was it intentional? No. Do you not see the bus station at that point? No. They weren't even thinking about buses. They weren't thinking about buses. Cause you gotta understand, right? It's not like they were looking at Google Maps and looking for a way back, right? They were like, oh, I want to ride the tube back. You might not understand this because you live in a place with trains, but for America and Americans that go to London, the tube, the underground, is a tourist attraction. Riding the fucking train is a tourist attraction, you know? And so it's like, oh yeah, no, we want to ride the tube. The buses are not even a thought that enters the head of these people, unless they're tourist buses. Let's go back to the picture here, if it'll let me. The on and off buses, these are chill. These are not real England buses. You need to pay separate fees for this. All right. Let's see, where are we at? Tuesday, are we done? Are we done? Let me try to remember. And yeah, no, and then we took the tube all the way to Liverpool because Liverpool Street's a pretty big station, so it's pretty easy to get there. There were like an hour worth of delays. They would not get to our fucking stop, which is absolutely horrific, but whatever, man. Eventually we made it, thank God. And you gotta understand, this is probably pretty important. We got here at like 6, we got back at 8. We had to wait an hour for a train to go all the way out here and stop at our stop. Because we could get off at Hockley and Rockford, but we couldn't get off at our stop. And unless you like walking in the British wilderness in the middle of the night, I don't know. By the way, daylight savings time ends a week earlier in England. So it got dark at like 5 p.m. Which kind of sucks ass. It kind of blows. It's pretty bad. Alright, and that's Tuesday. Tuesday, good vibes. Now, what you need to understand is that Tuesday is when I start to get to go on vacation. Now, I said this earlier, and then we kind of moved past it. My family made me think that I don't enjoy vacations. They are indecisive. They don't know what they're doing. They move at a snail's pace. We need to take breaks all the time. I am similar to that, except for the fact that I just love the vibe too hard. Alright? I love the vibe too hard. Alright? If I need to go get a jacket, I'll get a jacket at whatever the fuck I find, and then I'll leave. Alright, first of all, I went to Karl Marx's gravesite. Alright? I called Maria. Hi, Maria. I went to Karl Marx's gravesite. Isn't that pleasant? Uh-oh, I have 4 messages on Discord from Maria. I forgot I didn't reply. That's true, you didn't reply to me, even though I asked for your help about Chainsaw Man. You ghosted me. You aired me. So first thing I did was, you gotta understand about London. I don't know that much about it. I talked about going to England before I went, and people were like, oh, go to Karl Marx's grave, it'd be funny. So fuck it. Yeah, I did. I did go to Karl Marx's grave. It's all the way over here. It's like an hour commute outside of London. So it's an hour into London from where I am, and then another hour, but holy shit. It was a nice place. Alright, they call it a tomb, it's not a tomb. Sorry. Oh, my fingernails fucked. Sorry, bro, I got a job. Stop being employed! Anyways. Nice place. Nice place. No service. Peace signed on the Karl Marx, which is pretty dope. What's next? I saw a couple other people with pretty cool tags. This is Anthony Proshog, a typographer. This is in a different font from all the other ones, if you can tell. This is a picture of the headstone falling and smashing into the bricks. Why is he in England? I thought he was German. He lived in England. He lived in Highgate. This is the Highgate Cemetery. Yeah. So I don't know the specifics. I don't know the specifics of it, but it is what it is. Let's see. The Prussians hated his ass. He died while in exile. Yeah, Maria would know better than I. It is a little vain that he has his own fucking head on top of his gravestone, but it was chill. It was funny. This is Ronald de Lavagine or something. He had a little artist gravestone. There are a bunch of cool gravestones here, and I think the reason why is because this area is very rich. Fuck. I'm dying. Some fucking asshole upstairs is playing his goddamn instrument again. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna put a bomb under his door. This whole area is very nice. It's very nice. Like, I walked down here. I think, yeah. I walked all the way down here to catch a bus, because after this I was gonna go to the zoo. And this whole area is super nice. This whole area is super nice. He called me 10 minutes before I was gonna go to sleep and showed me all pictures of random gravestones he took of random people. Yeah, it was fun. I was on the phone with Maria the whole time, because she's the resident Karl Marx expert. And I had a good time. It was fun. Weirdly, no service in the cemetery. Lame. But no, I went all the way down here. And then about this is when Maria called it quits and went to sleep because she has a job. Blech. Employed. And then I went to Tesco. Now here's the thing. British people, they love Tesco. They love going to Tesco. They love Tesco. Tesco, Tesco, Tesco. That's what they say. That's what they sound like. So naturally, because I'm cool and swag, I also went to Tesco. I got a 7-Up. That's my receipt. And I got a brookie. I don't know what a brookie is. A layered cookie and brownie. It was pretty good. It's the specter of communism that haunts all of Europe. Karl Marx or Tesco? But no, this brookie was pretty good. I enjoyed going to Tesco. Alright, if you have any questions, please visit www.tesco.com/store locator. Okay, everybody? Thank you. Do I have to scroll all the way out to go? Yes. And then I went to the zoo. The zoo is nice. Now, if I showed you a zoo on a map, do you think you could probably figure out how big the zoo is? I thought I could. Look at this. This is a small zoo. Look at that. Look at that zoo. You could probably walk down, what, hour 30, maybe 2? It took me 3 hours to get through this entire zoo. You got this triangle here, this triangle here. It cost me 30 pounds to get in, which, from what we've established earlier, is about 40 USD to get into the zoo, and holy fucking shit. 3 hours of zoo. I zooed hard. Alright, I zooed hard. Look at this. Look at this animal. I don't know what the fuck the problem with it is. It's in dirty water too. It's gross. Here's a picture of an ostrich and a giraffe. He's looking at me. That guy's not looking at me. Here's a picture of an okapi. You can notice that I sent it to myself on Discord to get the video on my computer because it's compressed as fuck. This is cute. I didn't know what the fucking okapi was before this, and now I love them. This is a lemur eating food. This is a turtle. These are 2 goats that I pet at the petting zoo. I don't remember what this one was called, but it seemed rare. That's a camel and another camel. Now, if you notice something about this camel, he has a wonky hump. They call him Wonky Hump Joe. That's not true. They don't call him anything. But he has a wonky hump, and he liked me. He liked me. He was the first camel to come over here, and then the other camel came over here. He's a wonky hump, but I think he's cool. Here's another turtle. And there's a what is this called? A gorilla. Yeah, a gorilla with its baby. All right. Big zoo. Big zoo. Big zoo. Good zoo, but big zoo. I just checked the London Zoo doesn't even have men of wolves. It's not worth it. It's worth it. It took me 3 hours. It's a lot. Maybe you should get your own enclosure for all that effort. Maybe. This place is kind of hype. All right. Although this is definitely something you'd want to go with like a person. Because let me tell you, there are 3 sections of the park. There's this bit here. And then it's split in half along this. So you get this side and this side of the triangle. Once you're down to like the 3rd side of the triangle, like you haven't gotten to it yet, you've just finished the first 2, you're tired. My feet fucking hurt in this fucking, it's a lot. Alright, normally there aren't things here. Normally there's a big sign that says London Zoo right here. What the fuck is that? Thank you very much for the commentation for finding out what time it is. Oh, like it's Deus. It's Deus. I know who it is. It's Deus. Alright, I already have Microsoft Excel downloaded. I'm an accounting student, for God's sake. So I went to the London Zoo, had a great time. If you're in London and you have feet that don't mind walking and 3 fucking hours to spare, it's a cool place. It's a cool place. I had a good time. I'm trying. You're trying to laugh, bro. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. It doesn't seem funny on the screen because you show up in the bottom right, but it's funny. Alright, and then after this, I went to Camden Market. Now, if you don't know anything about Camden Market, it's stalls and shops with an alternative bias. Moo, what does that mean? What's an alternative bias? I walked into somewhere. What's up, Hayes? Like, welcome to the Twitch chat. And like, this place is fucking freaky. This person exists. This is a DJ. They had someone dancing. This is a place called Cyberdog. I have a shirt that my dad got me from there. It's like a rave shop. Yeah, they're weird. They're weird. They had thongs next to the children's section. It was a little odd. But in order to get to Camden Market, I had to walk. And so here's something that I think is weird. It's weird about me. It's a weird thing. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I'm going to talk about it. All right. I have 4 toes on each foot. I'm missing the 5th. That's not true. All right. So here's the thing. I live in America, and I don't live in just America. I live in the rural South of America, the deep South, some might call it. And it's weird to see people live lives that seem fulfilling. It's weird to see happy people enjoying life in a way that I would want to. Crazy thing, I didn't stay at London. I went to Norwich. No fucking idea what that is, bro. You should have gone to London. Alright. I scrolled past these pictures earlier. This is the bridge to get to Camden Market. This is Camden Market. This is a picture of a school. This is a school. This is an elementary school. And these are parents waiting for their children. And it was weird because if anyone, I assume many of you are out of England. If I zoom out and I find it, I'll look at it. But if I don't find it, I won't look at it. Oh, there it is. Damn, we're like fucking far top right of England. Jesus. I know nothing about this, although you should have been in London. It was cool. Deebs is up, not Deebs. Weebrahim is up in Sheffield somewhere. Yeah, he's up. It is so weird to see like children leaving elementary school, and they leave their thing, and the parents are like standing around here. It's odd, because where I lived, there's a car rider line, and you'd have to spot your parent from the car, and then you'd leave. You know, a lot of these people, look at this guy has the kid in his arms. They like walked. They like walked home because they live in the area. Like these guys are parked. You know, that guy's on a bike. And it went earlier in Highgate. I saw just like kids walking around. I don't. That is pretty good. I already have taken a picture of your grave. I do have a non-disrespectful one, by the way. Maria encouraged me to take one with a peace sign because it was funny. And it was funny. It was really funny. There are people here, by the way. You don't see them. There's like a shit ton of people here. They all came to visit. I assume many of them referentially. This was a big piece of flowers from a Vietnamese group. I can recognize the language, I just don't know what it says. But no. It was weird. I guess it was like... It's so weird seeing people live the life that I would want for like me and my kids. Being able to walk your child to school and being able to pick them up and walk home is such a foreign concept. to me, I've never seen it. I've never, like, when I was up here on the way back from Karl Marx's grave, I saw two, like, little girls just walking down the street. And it was so weird to me because I'd never seen that. I'd never even thought of that happening ever. Like, conceptually speaking, the thought of that happening had never crossed my mind because that's just not something that would happen where I live. It's not even an idea of something that might happen where I live. And they just did. They walked down this street. This one, right here. And it was really kind of, you know, you go to England and you go to the tourist attractions and you think it's so cool. And you go back home and you're like, oh, I love the food. I'm glad to be back. But when I went there and now that I'm back, there's just so many things that they do better than America in terms of just life. Like, I hate it here. I hate that there are no sidewalks. I hate that, you know, kids can't walk down the street out of danger of being hit by a car or taken by a pedophile or shot by somebody. I hate the fact that you can't walk your children to school. I hate it here. This place sucks. This is the fucking worst. And it's weird to see people living the life that I would want for myself and my kids when I get older. You know, I didn't hate them or anything. I was envious. I was flabbergasted that it would happen. I was envious that they were living a life that I would want to live. This is a beautiful thing that I just can't have access to as long as I live where I live. So anyways, I took a picture of an elementary school. Strange. It was just weird. It's so soul-shattering. It's earth-shattering for me. And I don't know if it would be earth-shattering for you. If you have lived if you have lived in a situation anything like this, then this is probably normal or you don't care. But this is so foreign to me that I just had to take a picture. I just couldn't believe my fucking eyeballs. You know, it's something that I want so badly. I wanted this as a kid. I'd love to have walked home. You know, I hated sitting in the fucking 80-degree sunlight on the asphalt pavement waiting for my parents to pick me up. I hated that. This is the dream, right? Anyways, what's up, Vest Pollution Never Effin'? I saw your message. I just wanted to get my spiel out of the way. Welcome home. Thank you, Vest Pollution Never, I appreciate that. The man is back. What's up, Ibrahim? I've seen you in less than a week. Can you believe that? Yeah, I met Ibrahim. I don't have any pictures of him or me on this presentation, but I do have a couple pictures of what we did. So, yeah, people act like it's unique for Japan's kids to be out without parents. That's because in America, it's such a foreign concept. The girl had a broken arm too. That doesn't even add anything, but I was like, holy shit, you know? These people are living a life that I have dreamt of, and that I would want my kids to live. And the houses were nice. I went by a posh neighborhood in London, and I thought it was a little obnoxious, but like the places here are nice. It's Highgate. I assume it's massively expensive. All right, let's not play with each other. I assume this area is rich as fuck. But like the houses are nice. You know, the whole area just has a good vibe. You know, they have food shops, they have cafes, you know, all along here. It was nice. They had a flower shop. They have chemists. I don't know what the fuck this is. It looks like a pharmacy. I don't know. It was just a beautiful place. And while I was here, I hated the fact that I would have to leave. You know? It was odd. VOD saved later to see. VODs are always saved later. Yes, this is a presentation. Come to Canada. I want to. I want to go. Toronto is really cheap, but I do want to go to Canada. So maybe when Donald Trump is out of office and I can actually go places without getting a fucking visa, I'll consider it. Or I'll apply for a visa, for like a tourist visa. Because I had to apply for a visa to go to England. Normally you don't need to do that. Normally you can just show up. But a certain somebody has decided to throw our national relationships down the drain. So shout out him. Anyways, what's left of today? Not much. I went on a big double-decker bus. Maria mentioned this earlier. I'm sorry, Deus, I didn't read your messages, but he was nice and got fish and chips. Yeah, no, Weeb's a cool guy. It was cool to meet up with him in person. It was cool. We walked everywhere. My feet hurt, but he was cool. But no, I went on the double-decker bus, the famous English double-decker bus. This is what it looks like at the top. It was a lot cooler in person. It's a lot cooler in person, you gotta believe me, okay? And then I went to this is the British Library. This is the Library of Britain. The reason I went here was because I wanted to go, I wanted to see what's up, and also I needed to use the bathroom before I went home. I say home before I went back to the hotel. Because the first night we were there, it took forever to get back. It was delayed like an hour. And I didn't want to use the bathroom on the train. And I didn't want to wait an hour, so... You know, the British Museum, not the British Museum, the British Library is usually open rather late. So I decided to go there, you know, because I wanted to go. British Library is what I'm looking for. They had a bunch of, like, cool things. They had a bunch of cool stuff just hidden away in here. I do have a save, my bad. Yeah, it opens, it closes at like 8 p.m. and everything else in England closes at like 5 to 6. So, I went here and then I got on King's Cross and then I went to Liverpool Street and then I went back to the El Hotelo, Spanish for the hotel. And if a double-decker, I don't know that one. Yeah, I feel like it might be something about, like, if a double-decker bus hits me and kills me, I'll be fine, but that might just be a part of my head. I don't know why nobody else's double-decker buses like that, at least not to my knowledge. I don't know. They might be, like, not very fuel efficient, because it might be cheaper to not have two things on a bus, because once you have 2 stories, it gets heavy. I have no idea, frankly. No clue whatsoever. But it was cool to be on one, you know? We don't have double-decker buses in America. Alright, so that's the British Museum, and I peed there. Alright, now happy Thursday. You might be wondering, Moo, we were just on Tuesday, why are we on Thursday? That's because Wednesday I was at a funeral. Okay, that's right. This is important. This can't be muted. So, Thursday, let me preface. The way I do things is, if there's something I've heard of, then I'll try to go there. And then if there's something nearby that's cool, I'll try to go there. Thursday, I had no plans on what I was doing. So I took a look at London, and I saw something. You might see it. Take a look around. Take a glance. Isle of Dogs. Isle of Dogs. Isle of Dogs. Like the Wes Anderson film? Isle of Dogs. I've never seen this movie, by the way. I was like, okay, I gotta go to the Isle of Dogs. I gotta go there. I told my dad and my family, and they were like, I don't know why you go to the Isle of Dogs. Because this place is kind of like the ghetto of England-ish. I don't know a better way to put it. Like, you go by, and they're like old Soviet-looking buildings that are very clearly trying to be like updated to look fresh, but they still kind of have that vibe to them. /lurk. I think I have a /lurk command in Twitch chat now. I made it just for you, Ibrahim, but real shit. Thank you very much. Why is that so small? Thank you very much, Ibrahim, for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Why is he so small? Can I get that guy bigger? Hey, can I get that guy bigger? Hey. Alright, there we go. He'll be bigger in the future. Thank you very much for subscribing, Ibrahim. Chip Chop Tuesday, Chip Chop Thursday. So I decided to go to Isle of Dogs, and to do it, I needed to go on the DLR, which is called the Docklands Light Railway. What's the difference between the light railway and a train? I don't know, but this is important. This is what it sounded like. So it didn't sound great, if we can be honest with each other. It did not sound phenomenal, okay? But I was excited to be there nonetheless. And turns out that on the Isle of Dogs, there's this place, and it's called the Tamworth Pig. And I was like, well, I gotta go see this fucking pig. Turns out, it's not just a pig, it's a zoo. There's this whole zoo that you get to, it's not this, I don't know where it is on here. Mud shoe. I don't think this picture is very developed. Yeah, this picture is not very developed. It looks a lot different from this. Yeah, no, this is covered up by animal pens now. But no, this place fucks. This is goated. I have a couple pictures. This is what I walked into. These goats, there's a goat here and a goat here, by the way. They really wanted the food, and this guy stuck his head out of the little thingamabobber, and I tried to get him to go back in by holding the treats behind the thing, but he just stayed there. So this guy's hype. I had to walk past this to get there. Google Maps is a little unreliable in England. I didn't bring this up earlier, but I'll bring it up now. When I tried to get to the zoo, it took me and got me dropped off like here. So I had to go. This is the actual entrance to the zoo, and I had to walk so far away because Google Maps said I could just walk through here. That is not the case. You cannot do that. So this is yet another case of Google Maps being a little peculiar. What they did was they led me, where the fuck is, there you go, where's Alla Dogs? Instead of like through here or something, they led me all the way around and then through here, and I had to cross, like, they parked. Like, nobody was back here. Nobody was back here. I had to pass somebody's car. Didn't know you were a real zoo freak? I think the animals are cute, alright? So sue me. My face with the internet cow guy likes zoos. I like zoos! I went to the Seattle Zoo. I didn't go to the Philadelphia Zoo because I didn't have time, which eats away at me every day. But I fucking love the Seattle Zoo. That was great. I don't think I have it hearted on here. But I went. It was pretty far away. It's called the Woodland Zoo. Yeah. No, this place fucks. This place fucks. I had a great time here. This looks like it's not. This looks like it's in the middle of stuff. This is not true. Alright, these are like random houses. This is the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. I took the bus here. I had to walk like on the side of the road. It was a weird vibe. But anyways, back to England. Doesn't matter. Any other cows there? There were cows. They're not in the slideshow, but there were cows. They were awesome. They were cool. I couldn't pet them. They were very far away. They weren't, I don't think they were part of the feeding. They might have been part of the feeding, but they didn't have a sign. I didn't want to feed it. I don't want to feed the cows anything that I couldn't feed them, so I didn't try it. But I did see them, and I appreciated their presence there. Alright, here's a squirrel. They're fat. All the squirrels are so fucking fat, dude. Look at this hump. Look at this hump. He eats. That's the pig. These are some llamas or alpacas or something. They got very close to me. This is a video of them being mean to the goats. They moved the goats in for some reason to the same pen as the llamas. And I don't think the goats or the llamas like that. You know? I felt really bad for him at the time, although it's funny now. But no, I had a great time. This is a lady who had sex with a fish. Moo, is there anything else that you're gonna say about that? No, that's all I got. She's on here. Some woman and fish. That's it. Woman and fish. End of statement. And then, so you might notice that I was over here too, and the reason why I wanted to go to King Cow, but I wasn't hungry. The reason why I wanted to go to King Cow, of course, is because, as we all know, King Cow is the fictional island in the Disney XD Pair of Kings show. It's called something else. King Cow, yeah. So I wanted to go there. Unfortunately, did not. It's a shame, I know. I missed opportunity. But I went through the Greenwich North Tunnel, Foot Tunnel North, and let me tell you something. Long tunnel. Long tunnel. Very long. I followed this Asian woman. Asian grandma. She looked old. I had sex with all these fish. Yeah, that woman's fucked up. That woman's a freak. Ew. So I went through the tunnel and I emerged. This is actually a picture from before I went through the tunnel. And I emerged on the other side. And suddenly, this is where my other special interest comes in. I like going to the zoos. I think it's fun and I like the animals. But I also like going to botanical gardens. Alright, places where I can mill around, be by myself, not worry about interacting with things. I like going to these places. Botanical gardens are these places. I like botanical gardens more than I like zoos. Okay, but there are 2 botanical gardens in England. That's not true. There are probably more, but there are 2 big ones. You have the Barbican Conservatory, and you have the Royal Kew Gardens. Okay. Now here's the thing about the Barbican Conservatory. It's free to get in, but they only offer tickets at 9:30. Missed them. Wanted to go, couldn't make it. So I decided, I got here, and I wanted to go to the Royal Observatory of Greenwich because it's cool. I have a fun fact about this, but I'll save that for later. Stay tuned for Friday. Which, if today is Thursday. No, not Friday is in this Friday. Friday is in Friday on the slideshow. Real. I know. I'm glad to see that you appreciate that. Alright, this is about a 15-minute walk. And I sat and I really thought about it. If I go to this now, I won't be able to go to the Royal Kew Gardens, and I won't be able to go to the Barbican Conservatory because I didn't get tickets. I had a movie. I got tickets for a movie at the Barbican Cinemas from 6 to 8. If I don't go to the Royal Kew Gardens now, because it's like an hour away, it's 2 hours away. It is a long way to get to the Royal Kew Gardens. If I don't go at this moment right now, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go to any botanical garden. And so naturally, I did what everyone would do. I caught an Uber boat. That's right, an Uber boat. I didn't know it was Uber, but when it showed up, I knew. I figured it out. And I went all the way through the Thames from the Greenwich Pier to, I think, Embankment? Yeah, I went to the Embankment Pier. No, did I? Yeah, I must have gone to the Embankment Pier. And then I caught the tube all the way to Royal Kew. And I think I have some photos. Alright, I have one photo and this is it. Look at that. I was on a boat. That's it. I don't really have much to say about the boat. I think it's cool that you can get a boat to go where you need to go. It's a very niche circumstance in which you would need to use the boat. I happened to fall right into that niche circumstance because I needed to go from here to here in a quick, untimely fashion, and the boat was the fastest way of going there, so fuck it, we ball, right? It took me about 45 minutes. The reason I went on the Uber boat rather than a normal sightseeing boat was just because I missed the normal sightseeing boat time. And the Uber boat was like 5 minutes away, so I decided to fuck it, we ball. The problem with the Uber boat is that it costs like 17 pounds. I paid like $22. $22 to be on a boat. Was it a $22 boat? No. Let me say this now. I said at the beginning of this presentation that there would be things I'd recommend to you going to London to do. What I did not mention are things that you should not do. Listen, man, this is not a $22 boat ride, okay? This is like a $10 boat ride. This is like an 8 pounds, 30 cents boat ride. Okay, there are other sightseeing boat rides. This is a specific circumstance. And like, if you need to take it, then take it, because it's cool. But if you have the option of not doing it and getting like a real sightseeing one, because it took me 45 minutes to get from Greenwich Pier to Embankment. The sightseeing ferry is an hour from Greenwich to Westminster, which is right here. It would probably take me another 5 minutes to get down here. Like a 10-minute difference. I think it's cheaper. It is just, I don't know. It was cool to be there, but I paid way too much money. All right. That said, I did get to go on a boat down the Thames, and that was kind of swag. Okay, listen, I felt bougie. I felt bougie. Okay? I was like, oh wow, I'm part of the elite. I'm part of the upper class now. You see these boats on the water and you're like, who the fuck Ubers a boat? You don't Uber a boat. You buy a ticket on the Uber boat and the Uber boat brings you where you need to go. I thought it was like you literally Uber a boat and they bring the whole boat to you. That is not the case. It just goes up and down and they pick up people and they drop off people. Still way too expensive though. Alright, so I managed to get to the Royal Kew Gardens. Now this is very far away. I've spent 2 hours on a commute to get here. The first thing I see, this fucking freak. I don't know who Zog is. I've never heard of him. Apparently he's a children's icon in England. I don't know. I know 0 British children. But there he is. There's Zog. Shout out Zog, I guess. I don't know. That's it. I took a selfie with him. You're not going to see it because I don't want to face reveal. And then I look to my left. And what do I see in the distance? A pagoda. The Great Pagoda. Now, a little thing about me. I used to be really into anime as a middle schooler. I was extremely into anime to the degree to the Japanese experience has fucking stamped itself in the back of my mind somewhere. Normally I'm fine. Normally I'm an average functioning adult. I read a lot of manga, but that's about it. I saw the fucking pagoda and flipped my goddamn lid. I had to be there. You meant the ride service Uber? Yeah, the ride service Uber. Let's go back. Yup, Uber boat. They have cars in America, but they even have boats in England. That's how different it is. What the heck? Yeah, no, you don't order it on the app. You pay at like a tap station. You walk up and you're like, hey, I'm trying to go this way, and they're like, okay, yeah. You pay it. You tap in. You go on the boat and you tap out. They just offer like a ferry service. I think it's only called Uber because they're doing it, but it's not like your normal Uber thing. It's not like Uber helicopter in New York City where you actually call an helicopter. It's just another way to get around. They advertise it. TfL, Transport for London, advertises it like it's part of their services, which it may be, but it's a lot more expensive. It's like maybe £4 to take the tube somewhere. It's like 18 to take the boat somewhere. But yeah, anyways, I freaked the fuck out when I saw this pagoda. These are plants. This is on the way to the pagoda, by the way. I saw this and I made a beeline. Notably, this is also here. This is called the Temperate House. They had an exhibition here called Material World about how plants make up many of the materials that we use. I didn't take that many photos of it, and none of it are in the slideshow. But you'll have to believe me, it was kind of neat, I guess. It was cool to be there because I felt artsy, and that's it. I saw a couple plants. Look at that plant. Ooh. Does that one make you think? Ooh. Look at that plant. The Prunus asano looks a lot better when you're not just looking at the leaves. I was in a helicopter once. Damn, I've never been in a helicopter. R.I.P. Kobe. That's not why I've not been in a helicopter. I'm not in a helicopter because there's just no reason for me to be. It's not because I'm afraid of crashing and dying. It's just, I've never been. Saying R.I.P. Kobe makes me sound like I'm scared of helicopters crashing. That's not true. I'm sure whoever does the driving a helicopter probably knows what they're doing. I've just never been in a position to take one. That's pretty cool though. Anyways, I get closer to the pagoda. And I get closer to the pagoda. And I get too close to the pagoda. And this fucking breaks me. This is the worst fucking thing that has ever happened to an American, ever. What the fuck? The Great Pagoda is closed? I didn't even know the pagoda was here. I saw it in the distance and flipped the fuck out. And I walk all the way there and it's closed for winter and will reopen in the spring. It destroyed me. It destroyed me. Alright, I know the pagoda is Chinese. I'm aware the pagoda is Chinese, but Asian culture is kind of taking root in my head like the parasitic mushroom to an ant. And sometimes I see something and it tickles the spot on the back of my fucking hippocampus. Anyways, I really wanted to be here. Unfortunately, the Great Pagoda was closed because God is dead and we killed him. Anyways, there's a Japanese part for those. Listen. I know the pagoda is Chinese. I don't like know the pagoda is Chinese. I went to this Japanese garden. Please do not walk on the gravel. That's a Japanese gate. And this is a real, authentic something. I don't know what this is, but I've seen this in anime. I know they had this in Japan. That was pretty cool. Who closes a pagoda? That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Kong Chu. Was Kong Chu on the pagoda? Was he the guy was he the pagoda guy? Has he made pagodas? If so, that's neat. Alright, and then I went to the British Museum. Moo, why did you go to the British Museum? You haven't mentioned wanting to go to the British Museum a single time. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. If you're in London and you really want to go to the bathroom, the British Museum has a fine bath. Only if you're a man. Let me clarify this. Men only. Not because I'm sexist, but because holy shit, the women's line was so long. If you're a girl, don't go. Don't go. This is not advice for you. Go. You need to find some other advice. But if you're a dude, listen up. If you're in London and you gotta pee, this place is free. This place is cool, and the bathrooms are nice. Okay, I've been to England before. My dad's from England. Half of my family's in England. So I went to the British Museum bathroom before. That's how I knew it was chill. All right, and also needed to buy time. British Museum's open until like 6. No, it's open until 5, and my movie is at 6. And I got there at like 4:30. So I roll up, I pee, and then I walk around. Look at this. Isn't that cool? It feels kind of sad that half of him is gone, but I thought he was cute. This is not where it's meant to be. Yeah, this is meant to be. This is from the botanical garden, by the way. This is not in here. Look at this guy's nose. It's very large. Look at this cool cat. Look at this guy's feet. All right, that's it. And then I left. And then I left to go watch my movie. But something important happened on the way. I know that he's associated with a lot of religious and cultural stuff in China. Well, if he made pagodas, shout out that dude. He's cool. Shout out Kong Chu. I just like saying shout out. I don't think anyone's actually going to be like, well, if Muubody's shouting out Kong Chu, then I have to go take a look. So the bus that I took from the British Museum to the Barbican Theater, Barbican Cinema. Because here's the thing. I thought I was going to Barbican. I did not think I was going to Royal Botanic Gardens or Kew. But I just, they said that they were handing out tickets at 9:30 online, and then I tried to get them, and they just weren't there, and I missed them. All right, it was a split-moment decision to go to Kew, and I'm glad I did. I'm very happy I did. But I had planned the night before to go to Barbican. It looks kind of neat. It looks kind of cool. Look at this. That's pretty dope, right? Couldn't get in, but I put in a movie at Barbican Cinemas. I went to go see Begonia. If anyone's ever heard of that film, it's the one with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. It's a little freaky. It's a little weird. That's by Yorgos Lanthimos. It's a remake of a South Korean movie. It's weird that it's not related on this because it's literally a remake. But I watched it and I thought it was pretty good, although it was fucking horrific. But before I went there, I was hungry. You see, I've left out a crucial piece of information. All right, earlier in the stream, I said that there was one place that actually had really good food. And if the museum closes at 5 and the movie starts at 6:30 really with ads, the movie starts at 6, then what did I do in the meantime? What could old Moo have done? Well, old Moo hops on a bus, and he buses down the street, and he goes down, and he's rolling, and he gets off. He gets off around here, and he walks. He walks to Manahan Ramen. And let me tell you something. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. This is so fucking good. You walk in, and it's just like It's like a real Japanese ramen place. You know, they got a bar. And I was like, just me, and they sat me down at the bar. Alright, show me the vibe. I sat right there where that woman is sitting. I wasn't that tall, though. God, she's so tall. What? I didn't even... they must have raised it. They raised the bar here. I wasn't looking at that. Yeah, it wasn't this short. This is from May 2020. They must have changed things. Anyways, I walk in. I order my food. They give it to me within 5 minutes. And this is the best ramen I've ever fucking had. If you are hungry in London and you're vaguely nearby Monahan Ramen, if you're hungry in London and you're going from the British Museum to the Barbican Center or the cinema and you take the bus on this road, holy fucking shit, this is peak. Alright, now do be careful. It says this on the sign. There are thieves in the area. You can't read this here, but I was there, I know. There are thieves in the area. Be careful with your stuff. Apparently this location isn't phenomenal. But like low-key, that's how you know it's real shit. They can only afford that place. Like the food was that good. It was the best food I had in England. Bar none, easy. Easy. Alright, it was on par with my Desperation vegan burger in Seattle. For those of you who don't know. I had a really bad connecting flight from Atlanta to Vegas. I had to sleep in Vegas in the terminal. It was really bad. The lights were on the whole time. And then I took another flight from Vegas to Seattle. And then I got to my hotel, and they said that wouldn't let me in until like 3 p.m. Where is this? This is my place. And so I walked down the street, and there was a... Oh, it was not out of business. Is it out of business? Is it out of business? Holy shit, there's no way! Oh my god. There's no way. Is it this one? Oh no, it's this one. Okay, it's Plentiful SLU. I had a vegan burger. Because Seattle's woke, so I wanted like a vegan shit. And it was the best burger I've ever had. Monohan Ramen on par with best burger I've ever had. Anyways, that was a... What is this? Oh, this is the Colchester Zoo. Never mind. I didn't go there, by the way. That's why it's blue, not pink. If it's pink, I've been there. Alright. Anyways, I saw Begonia. It was a good movie. I'd recommend it, but only if you're into, like, really freaky movies. It was kind of insanely freaky to, like, a weird degree. And then I went home. And by home, I mean my hotel. And that leaves... Got that Friday feeling. Okay. Now here's the thing about Friday. Friday I started late. Friday I was meeting up with Ibrahim at 2 p.m. Tuesday and Thursdays were the peaks of my trip. I don't mean that in a way of being like, oh, I met with my online friend in London and he made everything worse. I just mean in the sense that I was fucking doing shit on Tuesday and Thursday. I was not doing that shit on Friday. Alright, so I saw this picture of a mermaid with boobs, and then I went to the Prime Meridian. You see, on Thursday night, I learned of something from my father. Apparently, now nobody snitch, someone in my family had stolen a book from the Royal Observatory of Greenwich. They just took it. So there, in my family, currently lies a book from the Royal Observatory of Greenwich, which you're not supposed to have. They don't just give them out. So somebody stole that, and when I learned that a member of my wonderful family had decided to commit theft, I had decided, oh fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Holy shit. That's fucking awesome. I have to go. I have to go. So I went to the Royal Observatory of Greenwich. Let's see. I took a train down here. I think I got out at Maze Hill. Somewhere near. No. I got over here. Yeah. I went here to, like, North Greenwich, and then I took a bus. And this is a really big hill, and it was raining. It was kind of shitty. So I came up, and turns out at the Royal Observatory of Greenwich, guess what? The Prime Meridian is there. So that's the Prime Meridian. End of statement. That's a family heirloom. It's fucking awesome is what it is. The thing is, my granddad was real into astronomy. So yeah, yeah, it is very funny. I went to the planetarium. It was kind of neat. It wasn't that crazy, but it was neat. I don't know. I don't know shit about, like, yeah, that was me. I was right there. So shout out the Prime Meridian. Shout out the Royal Observatory of Greenwich. It's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. You know, I had a good time. Alright, what else is there? And then I met up with Weebrahim. We saw a cow. And it's at this point that the vacation kind of tampers down. It's a fairly emblem now. Yeah, 100%. Where did I meet up with Weebrahim? At Victoria Station, which is somewhere over here. Never let that thing go? Absolutely. I wasn't going to return it. I just wanted to see where it came from. You know what I mean? So we met up at Victoria Station. We walked through Hyde Park. We saw a cow. That's pretty cool. We went to Buckingham Palace. We saw Big Ben. We went on the London Eye. And that's it. Kind of. There's still a little bit more, but these are all the pictures I have. I went on this thing, and then I looked down, and I saw a bunch of shit I thought was pretty cool. There are pictures I have of me and him. They're just not on the slideshow because I'm not ready to FaceTime. And that's, those are all the pictures. 84 is quite a lot. Alright, so you might be wondering, Moo, what is there left of your vacation? You said Friday. Well, at this point, I'm now going to show it through the map and through a creative interpretation on a Paint 3D sheet. Alright, so let's go back to this. We flew out of London Heathrow. After finishing my fun time with Weebrahim, we had quesadillas together. That was neat. I went back to the hotel, and then I flew out. So here's the thing about the hotel, actually, just in general, right? It's hard to do this other than going in chronological order. I had to wake up at 4:50 in order to leave at 5:30 because my dad likes getting to flights 3 hours before plane time, which I think is a little absurd. But what would I know? So I went to sleep kind of early, and then someone pulled the fire alarm into this one, not this one. They're the same building, I think. I don't know what's going on, but I think this one's cheaper than this one. Yeah, no, this one's $68 a night. This one's $174. I saw 174, and I was like, I don't think my family paid for that. 68, that's a lot more. Yeah, yeah. Someone pulled the fire alarm at like 11:30. Fuck whoever did that. All right, I had to leave. I had to go out into the night with my flip-flops on. It was fucking absurd. And then we went back up, and then I slept. And so this is where things get bad. You see, the thing is, my grandma's dead. And before her, my grandfather died. And the thing about having both grandparents die is that when one grandparent dies, you can just take all the shit your grandparent has and give it to the other one. Make sense? Just have them deal with it. It's their spouse. Well, when both of them die, that's when you gotta start figuring shit out. So my dad took a bunch of stuff and he piled it into our suitcases. Now, let me clarify. My father flies a lot for his job. They pay his stuff, but he gets the sky miles. They reimburse him. We had 2 checked bags for free, technically. I mean, technically you pay for them when you pay for the ticket, but 2 checked bags, no extra cost for each person. But he's like, no, we're just gonna shove everything into our bags. Christopher, not my real name. I'm gonna put some stuff into yours. All right, and inheritance isn't all that bad. It's not all that bad, but this is where the bad part comes in. So it is 4 a.m. It's 4:30. I have to wake up early because I've shared a room with my sister the entire time. I've left it out so that I don't complain, because I complain about my family too much. But God, it was fucking agonizing. Holy shit. So she gets up early and she wakes me up because that's what she does. And I try to put all my shit in my bag, right? And there's a bunch more shit in my bag. That's all shit that my dad fished out from my grandparents' place. My great-grandpa had a genuine rusty, crusty farming site, and that thing was awesome. This is a little bit more like important items, although my dad did bring an accordion. That wasn't in my suitcase. What matters is what's in my suitcase. There's a bunch of random shit in there, and I'm having trouble fitting all my stuff in. But I get it. I get it closed. But it's too much. There's too much stuff in the bag. Now, why my dad didn't just get another piece of luggage for specifically the stuff that he was bringing back from England? Because we all brought one bag. You check one bag, we have 2 available check bags per person, so theoretically he could have bought 4 fucking suitcases and checked all them too if he really wanted to. But he decided he was gonna save, and he shoved all of the shit and spread it out between bags in order to not trigger the over 25-pound limit or whatever. Well, I get to the airport and my fucking bag splits open. So now all of my shit is just on the floor, and I gotta pick it up and put it back in the bag, and we gotta move, and we gotta go fucking see what's going on. The bag's fucking plastered open, which didn't happen when I brought it over here. You know, I could fit everything fine, but it was the extra shit that was in there that caused it to split. So now my bag is fucked. My bag is fucked. My bag is absolutely creamed. It is broken. We gotta go buy a new one. Now, let me tell you something. For the love of God, never, ever, ever, ever buy a suitcase at an airport. Never do it. Because they charge you so much. They charge you so much. An absurd degree, to the point where I am not even going to say the price. Because you will hear the price and be like, this guy must be the son of a Saudi Arabian oil billionaire if they paid for that fucking suitcase. Because it was tremendous. It was tremendous for me. If I paid it, I'd be poor. They paid it fine because they have jobs and shit. And so I get a new suitcase. Yippee! What was wrong with my old one? Nothing. But shoving all that shit in it and having all my shit spill out on the floor, you know, probably bad. Probably bad. Probably not good. Crazy. And low-key, it's just, you know, I was hurt because they treated it like my fault. I didn't get like a sorry for busting open your suitcase, Christopher, not my real name. I didn't get like an apology. I didn't get like, you know, any of that. It was just kind of like, you should have gotten help when packing your thing, which I feel is a little reductive. And at the very beginning of this presentation, you weren't here for it, Best Solution Epinephrine, but I brought up my dad's personality as someone who he really doesn't like to be told when he's wrong. He likes to always be right. And this is where the greed and the ego comes in. Because he now shoves all of the shit into his. And then he triggers the over 25-pound weight limit. So not only is he down one suitcase, had to buy another suitcase, but he now has to pay extra because his suitcase is considered heavy, and there's a penalty for that. Now, need I remind you, if he bought a shitty suitcase from anywhere for like 60 bucks, he would be saved. I'm done trying to hide it now. That suitcase was 300 pounds. 300! 300! 300 pounds! $400 for a suitcase! He is out fucking $470! So let this be a lesson for anyone who maybe feels like maybe there's a little too much room in your baggage and you don't know if it's gonna carry. It is fucking expensive to fuck that shit up at an airport. So maybe play it safe, more safe than sorry. Okay? Maybe play it more safe than sorry. Because $400! Holy shit, right? Christ almighty! Also, my suitcase is broken. So I guess I got a new one. That's a plus, I suppose. Jesus Christ. Anyway, shout out my dad. You know, crazy. Cause you know what? I had a similar situation arise, if you can believe it. When I was in Seattle, I had bought too much shit. And I could fit it all in my bag, but I felt like I needed another suitcase. So I went down to a Target during a protest. Because I'm fucking awesome. Because I'm fucking awesome, okay? There was a protest happening I didn't know. So I walked my ass down to the Target, which is like pretty far away from the hotel, kind of. And I just bought a suitcase and I went back. And I saved it from any penalties or any of that. And things went pretty well. I just checked it. Alright? Holy shit. Don't be greedy with the airport. Because the airport will be greedy with you. And you don't want that happening. And then I went home. And I stayed awake the entire flight. I saw 3 movies. My sister, again, I don't want to be mean. However, she is obese. And she fucking poked my seat the entire time. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard enough sitting in a spot for 9 hours. It's harder sitting in a spot with 9 hours with reduced room for your seat because your sister's taking up too much room. Alright? Come on. I'm trying to live my life over here. There's not enough time. But now, I saw Sinners. I saw The Devil Wears Prada. I saw Thunderbolts. Now let me tell you my, my movie perception got worse, I think, through this. So I watched Sinners. I was like a normal guy. I watched The Devil Wears Prada, and I was like, and then I watched Thunderbolts, and my brain was off. Alright, 3 movies back to back to back on a plane is fucking, it's a gauntlet a little bit to pay attention. You can tell that Sinners, Devil Wears Prada, Thunderbolts, the movies get progressively easier to understand. It's far easier to watch Thunderbolts than Sinners. It's harder to watch The Devil Wears Prada than Thunderbolts. Not really, but you know, I figured a good, easy Marvel movie would be pretty chill. Low-key, Thunderbolts is good. I haven't seen it yet, which is kind of crazy because I used to be a really big Marvel guy. But Thunderbolts is good. I liked it. It felt good. You can tell, actually. You can tell. I wrote all of this for Sinners. Don't look at it, spoilers. And then I did this for Devil Wears Prada. And then I did this for the Thunderbolts. You can tell. I just stopped. I forgot to say that this was my 3rd airplane movie. Because I said both in Devil Wears Prada and in Sinners that this was the movie on the plane. I just forgot. It was hard. And I made it home. I made it home yesterday. No, I made it home on Sunday. No, I made it home on Saturday. And then yesterday I came here and I hung out with my friend. And now it's today. And that's my story of being in London. Being in England. I thought I'd spend a lot more time in Southend-on-Sea. Sorry, Southend-on-Sea. I thought it was Southern this whole time, but it's Southend. I thought I'd be around, just seeing what's up, because this is where my parents, not my parents, my dad and his uncle grew up. My uncle, not his uncle. But apparently it's dangerous. They had machete fights around here, so it was best that I didn't go down. So I spent most of my time in London. If I had any recommendations, I would definitely recommend. The thing is, it's hard because I love doing silly things. Didn't you mention Seattle earlier? I've been to Seattle before. I went to London for this trip. Seattle was just a reference. I've been to Seattle before, and I used examples from what happened in Seattle to better add context to what happened in England. I did not go to Seattle on this trip. I went to Seattle a couple years ago for like a couple of days, and it was so impactful that I still bring it up. I'm that guy who traveled one place for one day, one time, and won't shut the fuck up about it. It was really insightful. It really was. I had such a good time being alone. It made me a loner. I don't have friends because I went to Seattle. All right, I'm willing to say it. But no, if I'd recommend anything, Q is very far away. If you can get there, it's phenomenal. I'd highly recommend it. Monahan, Fox. It's super good. Your food comes out super fast. It is kind of expensive, but everything's expensive in England, so it didn't bother me. Let's see. Is there anything like super British? Are we looking at London spots? Jewelvio. Jewelvio, you missed it. I went through all the London spots. There are no more. I went through them. Yeah, I'm recommending places. I just went through my entire vacation. But yeah, no, I'm recommending London spots. If you're going to London in the future, you know, maybe give them a look. This food is really good. Monahan ramen, it saved me. If you ran out of places, make up ones. Yeah, and then you want to go to Squimble Dimble. And it's right here. This is Squimble Dimble's house. It's not on. It's a cool house party. No. I'm not gonna make anything up. I just got done with some stuff, so I'm late. It's cool beans. All right. I'll guess I'll tell you where to go. You get to learn. You get to hear the Moo recommendations for England. All right. Everything's expensive. The airport. Paying like $20 for food is different from paying like $400 for a suitcase. All right, let's make that clear. That shit's not the same. All right, so Monahan ramen is really good. I think a lot of the food in England is subpar and lackluster depending on where you are in the world. And Monahan ramen is hot, it's fast, and it tastes really good. And I really enjoyed it. So I'd highly recommend it. I think it's fast. I think the vibe is good. It had my playlist. I forgot to mention this earlier. I don't listen to that much J-pop or J-rock, but I listen to a little bit. And they had like the artists I listened to on the playlist. Like it sounded like stuff I listened to, like for real. They had everyone knows Yoasobi. They're the na 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 na. They're that one. But they also had Zutomayo. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never heard anyone mention them, but that's because I'm exclusively around rich white people that live in the country. But no, this is they had Zutomayo on. It was great. It was phenomenal. Monahan ramen, I definitely recommend. If you're hungry and the food that you're eating is a little lackluster, and you need something, I'd go to Monahan ramen. If you can swing it, I guess it depends on where you are, because Kew Gardens was a full swing of 3 hours for me. An hour to get to London, and then I went an hour downward, and then I went to this place, and it took me 2 hours to go here. So I commuted probably way too far to Kew Gardens, but I had a good time, and I'd absolutely recommend going there. It is phenomenal. Alright, Isle of Dogs. The Mudshoot Park and Farm. This place fucks. This place is really cool. It's cute, it's fun, it's short, it's sweet. You get to feed the animals for £1.50. That's phenomenal. Now, would I recommend going from the Isle of Dogs Mudshoot Farm all the way to Kew Gardens and then to Monahan? Maybe not. You spend a lot of time commuting, but that's what I did, and I had a great time. So maybe do it. Let's see. I did go to the Karl Marx grave. It's funny. It cost £7 to get in, which is a lot, but it's funny, and it's not that bad, you know. Wouldn't really recommend Camden Market. It was fine, it was cool, but there aren't that many places to sit, and all the good shops are like super busy. Let's see, the London Zoo is pretty good, but it's really expensive. I can't be like, oh yeah, definitely go to the London Zoo. It's like £33, which is a lot. Am I really just gonna say everything I did on Thursday is great and then everything else is mid? I think I'm gonna say it. I think I'm gonna say everything I did on Thursday is great and then everything else is mid. Yeah, I'll say it. Everything. Mudshoot Farms. Going to Kew Gardens. Going to Manahan Ramen. Phenomenal. Maybe not in that order, admittedly, but if you're in London and you're looking for a petting zoo, or you're looking for a good place to eat, or you're looking for a botanical garden, those are the spots that I would recommend. All right, those are the moo stops of approval in London. All right, I wanted to go to a number of places. You can see it with the blue. Not this one. What the fuck is the? Oh yeah, I needed to pick up a. I needed to pick up a snow globe. I didn't get around to it. This is an art gallery. That's an art gallery. That's Big Ben. I saw it. I didn't go in it, which is a shame because I wanted to. There's a cable car system around here, which is cool. I didn't get to go do that, but I definitely wanted to. This is a pond. Thought it was funny. This is the Maritime Museum. Didn't get time. And then this is the Crystal Palace Park. Didn't get time to go there. It's very far away. So there are a couple places that I didn't really get to go. Didn't really get to experience. But for the things I did, fuck, they were awesome. They were really cool. There's always one peak day. Thursday was so like crazy because keep in mind, Wednesday night, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I knew I was going into London and I didn't know. And all I did was I saw the phrase Isle of Dogs and went, I need to be there no matter what. And I went. I took the DLR, which is fun, you know, because, you know, I said this before, and it probably sounded very mean, but this is where kind of this is where, like, I don't want to say the ghetto, but you know, it's like run down, and the buildings are falling apart, and they look like they're in the middle of being gentrified to make them look better. Like, it feels run down when you take the DLR, but it also feels full of life, you know? Like, you walk around in like Chelsea or whatever, the borough of Kensington and Chelsea. You walk around here and, you know, it just doesn't hit, you know? Because this is where all the rich people live. This is very posh. That's what they call it in England, is super posh. And you're walking around, you're like, oh. I think, yeah, I walked around here. The houses here are very nice, and it just doesn't, like, feel alive. And you go over here, and you're like, okay, there are people here. I went to the farm, and on the way, I went through the park, and a couple kids kicked a ball my way, and I kicked it back at them. It felt alive, and it felt like I was really in England experiencing it, in London, and I had a great time. So yeah, shout out Isle of Dogs. Shout out the Uber boat, although I wish it wasn't expensive. Shout out Kew Gardens. Shout out Camden. No, shout out Highgate. This place is really nice. This place is really cool. Yeah, no, and that's my London trip. That was pretty dope. I had a good time. My feet hurt. My feet hurt. I'm tired. I didn't relax a single time, and I really should have. I was really hoping to go to London. What is this? This is not in my fucking playlist. Did I go through my entire playlist? I did. Who is this? No wonder I didn't know what the song this was. No fucking wonder. I was listening. I heard it and I was like, this is weird. Maybe I just forgot. Oh, it's 1 hour 45 minutes. Oh, I skipped a couple songs. Not this one. That one's fine. Add that guy if he wants to be here so bad. No, I'm not adding that song to the playlist. I don't know it. Alright, I think that, yeah, no. I've been pretty busy as of late. School's been stressful. It's hard to make friends. I need an internship for summer. You know, it's really been hard. And I got a job interview and I got rejected like a couple days before I went on the plane, and it really sucked. And I was hoping to go to London and find myself a little bit. I was hoping to go there and relax, and maybe, how do I get the fucking borough of Kensington and Chelsea off the screen? And I was hoping to like spiritually find myself in London. And in the end, I just shoved like a million fucking bajillion things in my schedule. And I did literally everything I could fit into a day. Went to the hotel, slept, woke up, and did it all over again. Which is good. And I had a good time doing it. But I don't think I give myself any rest. Which, if I had to go back to England, I'd do all that shit all over again. What do you mean I need to give myself some rest? I'm in England. I'm in London. I'm in the big city. I can't rest now. There's a llama to pet, damn it. There's a pagoda to go see. There's a ramen to eat. There's a fucking British museum to go pee in. Unless you're a woman. Okay, if you're a woman, don't go to the British Museum to pee. Okay, the line is too long. You gotta find somewhere else. Okay, the bathrooms are nice, but don't run it, cause you're gonna pop like a balloon. Okay, you're gonna get a UTI if you try to use the bathroom on the base floor of the British Museum. If you're a woman. Okay, for men, very easy walking in and out. All right. Felt bad walking past them. You know, I felt really bad walking past all the women. They like looked at me kind of sad, and I was like, damn. But it did feel good to pee. I feel bad because my life is getting so much better. Okay, wow. Like I made a new friend. He's cool. That's great. I'm so happy for you. I made no new friends. Yeah. You found yourself to be a Disney adult. Pack every hour of every day. That's not true, because that would imply intelligent scheduling. If I was intelligent, it takes an hour to get here. I got up at Stratford, I went to the Isle of Dogs, I walked through the footpath, it took me an hour to get to the Embankment Pier, took the tube, all the way to Kew, had a good time. I got there at like 2:30. I got there at 2, everything closes at 3, and then the entire thing closes at 4. So I only had like an hour to go see shit. Everything closes, I leave, I make my way all back up to the British Museum, pee, find a random Japanese food place. All I'm saying is that you could probably break that down and be better. You know? I think maybe my strength is in my spontaneity. Because half of this shit, I'm running it as I go. And you wanna know what? I wouldn't change it any other way. And like, I'd love to go on a vacation with somebody like I know and am friends with and I'm having a good time with. You know, I'd love to go on a vacation with my friends. And I went to Florida with my Destiny clan literally this year. And I had a good time. But being with people is sometimes stressful. And being able to like look at a place on Google Maps and be like, I'm gonna go there, and then just go. Because you don't need to deliberate with anyone. You can just go. It's so freeing, in a way. You know, it really. Because when it's just you don't need to worry about anything else, and you can really do everything you want, I guess. And you don't need to worry about, you know, how other people perceive you, especially in a faraway place. Because like none of these people are gonna see me ever again. I can do whatever I want. If I want to dress funny, I can dress funny. I didn't. I dressed like I was swag because I am swag. But if I wanted to dress funny, I could. I don't know. Going on vacation alone is cool. Although, would love to go on a vacation with like one guy, with like maybe a guy or girl, like one person, maybe two. Like keep it small. I haven't experienced that yet. I'd love to. I've not made a real friend at college before him, and I've been there for years. I'm in the same boat. You're probably better than me at that still. Nope. Nope. Same boat. I'm looking for it though. I'm trying. Alright. I didn't think this would take so long to go through my trip. I suppose the trip did last a week. So it's a little much. I was gonna play Mini Motorways to pad out the 2 hours. If you're on YouTube, you might see the game page as Mini Motorways. That's the purpose. That's the reason. However, I think I'm tired a little bit. I woke up at 8 today, because I'm still kind of fucked from the sleep schedule. So, you got us? Yeah, no, 100%. Alright, and I appreciate you. I just mean in terms of being stereotypically, like, popular, like having people, you know? You know what? No, let me specify. I don't give a shit about the fact that I don't have, like, physical real friends, okay? But I can't get a girlfriend if I keep talking to people on the internet, okay? This isn't how it's gonna work. Alright, I need friends in the real world to leverage getting a girlfriend in the real world, okay? If I could get a girlfriend and skip the having friends in the real world part, I'd run that shit every time. But it's a lot harder than I thought it would be, okay? So, you know, I'm not gonna get a girlfriend on the internet. Alright, just get better riz. I'm chopped as fuck. I'm ugly as hell. What the hell you mean better riz? I can't afford plastic surgery. Alright, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I think it's easier to just make friends, leverage it into girlfriend, and then you know what? Later. Don't need them again. Alright. As someone who used to be chopped, you got that? I really am. That's not true. I could be trying harder. It's just stressful. It's hard. It's stressful because when you're stressful, your acne breaks out. My acne breaks out when I'm stressed. I don't like that. Normally, I'm just such a cool, chill guy. But no, I am incredibly pleased at the fact that you watch me, and I appreciate it. I try my best to be funny. I really do. All right. You definitely help me stream more. You know, because last time, for like a couple months when I first started college, I just didn't stream at all because I didn't feel like it. And when this semester started, I kept streaming, and that's exclusively thanks to you guys. Hope you're okay. Okay, let me be clear. I do want a girlfriend, but this isn't like a I can't deal with this anymore. I'm having a breakdown because I can't get no girl. Alright, I'll survive. I'll be okay. I'm just saying. Alright? God, this shit needs to I'm complaining about it because it's funny. And it's true, but it's funny. It's not gotten to, at least for me, it's not gotten to this is a serious problem yet. I think if you're like hunting for a significant other, because like you're really that desperate, then it's a problem. Or at that point, like, you know, you need to be a little bit more chill with it. But clearly, I don't have a girlfriend, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do need to be less chill with it, huh? Clearly I'm wrong because I don't have one. So maybe I do need to be more desperate, obviously, because this isn't working. It's dark outside right now. Somebody make it stop. I miss it when we had daylight savings time. It's dark outside. There's a scene that Beavis and Butthead movie like that. How about Beavis and Butthead? Fucking help me out. All right, help a brother out here. This shit hard as hell. It's hard to talk to people. It's hard to talk to women. Ah. No, it's just hard to. I don't know. I find it hard to talk to people in general. I'm working on it. Don't become desperate, gang. No, I've been thinking about just getting out more and talking to people and just seeing how that goes. Yeah, I've been thinking about like getting out more and talking to people and maybe talking to a woman. You know, maybe that'll work. I don't know. I haven't tried that one yet. Because dating apps definitely aren't working. I found a girl I know on Hinge and I messaged her. I think I mentioned this before, but I messaged her to see how many matches she's getting, how many likes she's getting. She's getting like hundreds, you know, hundreds of likes in like a couple days, and I can't compete with that kind of volume. So it's definitely better to just try that shit in real life, 100%. You know, or I could pay for Hinge Premium, which is like $40 a week, but I'm not at the ready to pay $40 for love yet. I can buy a girl Olive Garden. I'm not gonna go to Nobu. Oh, where one of them has a mental breakdown over not getting any girls. It sucks. But, you know, you gotta be whole yourself before you be bringing another person into your life. And I want a girlfriend, but I don't know how it's gonna work with, because the last time I got a girlfriend, I stopped streaming because she didn't think it was cool that I would ghost her for 4 hours every day. which is funny, which is funny in hindsight because she was the one that had problems being free. So I probably should have been streaming. Huh. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll make it happen. I'm so cool and funny. I'm so cool and funny and quirky and awesome, and I love movies, and I have a letterboxd. You know, women will see that I have a letterbox and be like, "Wow, he's so cool." It'll work out. It'll work out 100%. You don't watch 77 movies in a year for nothing. You know, this is all fake. This isn't for me. Actually, this is for me. Do I need a different movie? Have I seen a better movie than Promare yet? Or Mickey 17? I don't think I have. No. Yeah, I haven't. I gotta rewatch Mickey 17. That movie fucks. Alright. Well, I very much appreciate you watching the stream. I've had a good time hearing me talk about my London trip. It was an England trip, it turned into a London trip. I didn't think it would be a London trip, it just turned out like that. Yeah. I hope that I'll see you all again soon. I have an interview on Wednesday, so I don't know if I'll be back at 4 for this. So I have an interview at Wednesday at 10 a.m., which kind of sucks, but I'll try my best. And I hope I see you all again soon. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good time. If you haven't already, maybe consider following or subscribing depending on whatever platform you have to find yourself in. And yeah, I hope I see you again soon. Goodbye. When are you gonna watch the Chainsaw Man movie? Never. I reread all of part 1. I don't need to watch the movie. Cheers. Good luck with your interview. Thank you. Moral of the story: bring money. Oh, 100%. If you're going to London, bring exorbitant amounts of money. That shit is super fucking expensive. No, that's 100. Actually, cross all the other shit out. The Moo pit stops. Moo pit stop is your fucking bank. The Moo pit stop is the ATM before your flight. And change that shit into pounds because it'll charge you if you do an international purchase on your card.